The pain level was almost to a 10 constantly. It was not just intermittent. My name is Lil. I'm 75 and a half years old. I started having some pretty serious symptoms around Thanksgiving. Didn't know what it was. At first they thought maybe I was having a mini stroke. Since I lost all strength in my right hand and my right arm, I was having trouble holding eating utensils. And suddenly I started having severe pain in my neck, severe migraine headaches, which also they thought might be as a result of mini strokes. About that time I had also lost the hearing in my right ear. So all of these symptoms put together indicated I was having some pretty serious problems. I was totally miserable. I would sit and crunch over and hold my neck, hold my head, my ears. The pain would be so bad sometimes that it would just ring through my head and felt like somebody pounding the back of my head. It had gotten to the point where I knew I had to do something. I also had a terrible problem with balance because I couldn't stand and look straight because my body would just float from one area to another. I couldn't stop it, I couldn't control it. So Dr. Duke went over everything with me, told me he thought I needed some surgery because I had cervical stenosis. Well, at that time I didn't know much about cervical stenosis. I knew that it was a narrowing of the spine and that's about it. So I sat there and cried when he told me I needed surgery because back in 1984 I had to have surgery on my lower back, and was a long recovery period and quite painful. And I talked with my husband, and Dr. Duke talked to us about the surgery and got me calmed down. Wanted to know why I was so upset about having surgery. And I told him because I was the kind of person that never got sick. I just never got sick. I'm the mother of 6 and the grandmother of 9, and so I am the head of the family. I have to stay well. So he said, well, don't make a decision today. You go home, you and your husband talk it over, and let me know what your decision is. Well, when I went home and talked to my children, we found out that there was a seminar not too far in the future. So about 2 weeks, I guess. So 3 of my children wanted to go to the seminar with me. They wanted to meet Dr. Duke, talk with him, ask questions. My son is in the medical field, so he had some questions that related to the type of surgery. So Dr. Duke was wonderful, I must tell you, because at that time we made another appointment with him and asked if the family could come and talk with him also. And I will tell you that he spent about 20 minutes when he initially met with the family to tell them what was going on, what type of surgery it was, demonstrated to them with a model what he felt like he needed to do. Then he opened it up to questions from them. And in all, he spent 45 minutes to an hour with us, which really impressed me. He is also a person who is not rushed to surgery. If it's needed in the least invasive. He explained that he would go in through the front of my neck and do the procedure, and that I would only be in the hospital overnight. So I did subject myself to the surgery, and he found that I had not only pinched nerves, which was the result of losing the strength in my right arm, my right hand, but also several bone spurs which were adding to the problems with my balance. So I am now 6 weeks out of surgery. The 2 days after surgery was the last day I had any pain whatsoever. I have not taken even Tylenol since 2 days after the surgery. The real aha moment came probably 3 days after surgery, when I walked down my hallway and did not float into the wall. I can now walk without help from anybody. My body doesn't float away with me, and I have no pain. My pain is at point 0 right now, and has been for several weeks. It's just amazing. There's so many words that I want to come up with to explain how wonderful it is, that my vocabulary just leaves me because I'm just so impressed with what's happened to myself through Dr. Duke's hands.